Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. I gotta do this kind of quick today. I gotta get out on the road. I got a little job I gotta go take some measurements on. But I want to bring y'all in here, show y'all what I've been up to here lately. I'm getting less into the work side of things and more into the drawings, designs, layout, which I've been doing that for a while, but I'm just now getting into the computer aspect of it. I've always done hand drawings, for years. I'm pretty much computer illiterate. But I have started using a program called Mozaik, and y'all have probably heard of it. I've started using a program called Mozaik, and I really love it. It's real user-friendly, which I'm not affiliated with them, so I'm not advertising for them. Y'all check everything else out. If you're looking into getting a program, just check them all out. I got this one because my nephew has a shop, and he's running Mozaik, but he's running the CNC, so it's possible once I get everything figured out on here, I might be able to send him files and get him to cut parts on his CNC. But that's let's just cut that off. That's a long story getting into all that. What I wanted to show y'all today was just little basics of what I'm doing here. I'll set y'all up. I know y'all can't really see the screen. I'll get y'all a little closer to it here in a minute. I just wanted to show y'all, it's interesting to me, so I thought I'd show y'all. Like I say, I am pretty much computer illiterate, so I've been trying to figure everything out. Basically figuring it out on my own. They give you a free training session, or they're supposed to. I've never inquired about it because I had my nephew to give me a few pointers, and I wanted to kind of figure out what my questions were before I did that. And then as I go along, I keep answering my own questions, and I hadn't really figured out what I need to ask. There are a couple of things I need to get some help with for sure. But I've just been kind of figuring it out on my own. I haven't done any training other than my nephew, or my wife's nephew, giving me a few pointers here and there. Anyway, I am doing a little drawing here. I got a couple of vanities I've got to draw up. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing with this. This is simple. This is laying out the room. You see, you got room settings, pricing, all that. A lot of stuff. And actually, I never went to settings. Or yes, I did. I went to it. Okay, never mind. Let me go back to the room. I can draw this out. It gives you can set the heights. You can set the room soffit, and basically if you put wall cabinets in on your drawing, if you've got a 96-inch wall with a 6-inch soffit, when you put your wall cabinets in, they're going to stop 6 inches below that 96. But anyway, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to Draw Walls. And this is kind of weird. I'm looking at the phone screen trying to... Alright, that's... one. I've got two vanities here. These are Jack and Jill vanities, so I want them together here. And I just drew these kind of quick. So figure out what I'm doing here. I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. Anyway, those are my walls. I'm going to put y'all back up here. I'm probably confuse y'all more than it would if I just shut the hell up. But anyway, I can go in here. I've just kind of threw these in, so I'm going to change the measurements. I can take that, go over here, and I need 66.25. And there's an option here where you can use metric or you can use standard measurements. And I'm going to change the other one. Both of these are the same thing. Like I say, this is a Jack and Jill vanity, so they want the same cabinets on each side. If y'all don't know what a Jack and Jill vanity is, that's when you've got 2 bedrooms in a house that are actually sharing one bathroom, but each bedroom ends up having their own vanity. And we call that a Jack and Jill vanities. Alright, so I've got my walls, and they're both wall to wall, so it don't matter how long I've got these walls. I don't know if y'all can see my little mouse on there or not. I know y'all can't see real good there. But anyway, I've got that in there, and I'm going to go to what they got here, products. And I've got a library of cabinets here, and I just now figured out how to get in here and add a new library and stuff like that. That was one of my questions I had, but I ended up kind of figuring it out. Basically watching YouTube videos. But anyway, let me figure out where I'm going to here. And this is the closest I've got to the cabinet I need. So I'm just going to move that one over there. Click off of it, and I'm going to move this one over here. They're going to go wall to wall. So I'm going to stretch them out between the walls, and then go to here. Alright, that's what that one's giving me. You notice it stretched all the drawers out when I stretched it to go between the walls. So I got to go in here, and you can edit your cabinets. We'll go to the face. And I'm just going to go ahead and clear that out. Clear everything out. I can change the size of my side stiles. I'm going to change those to 2.5 because I'm going between 2 walls. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put in my drawer rail right there. And I'm going to divide that opening, and I'm going to divide that opening. That's the way I was always taught to build cabinets. I'll get you here where you can kind of see it. That's the way I was taught to build cabinets. You have a top rail, a middle rail, and a bottom rail that goes all the way through. These 2 pieces here, this piece and this piece are separate pieces butting into here. But if I turn either of these into a drawer stack, or if this was a drawer stack, I wouldn't do another rail going all the way across. I'll do a rail in each individual opening. It's just the way I was taught. It's not a big deal. You can pretty much do anything you want as long as it turns out looking right. Let me set you back up here. Yeah, like I say, I'm kind of new to the computer thing here. So it's kind of throwing me off a lot, trying to talk and figure out what I'm doing at the same time and trying to show y'all what I'm doing. But I'm changing. I've got everything set up in this library for a 2-inch top rail, 2-inch side stiles. So I'm changing some of that because this woman wants her doors to be closer together. Not really a full overlay, but she doesn't want as much of the style showing. So I'm changing from 2-inch to 1.5-inch side stiles. And I need to put another partition there and another partition there. See if I can make this work out right. Sometimes when you change the size of one opening, it moves the opening that you wanted to stay. I'm still figuring out little stuff like that. I need that opening and that opening. I've already kind of laid it out on her floor over there, so I need those two openings to be 16. I need this opening to be 16. And see, that changed my damn. But that got it back to right. Okay, this needs to be. I'll change this one here. And I done messed myself up because I didn't change this to 1.5 inches. That's what I'm saying. It's just a little bit of a learning curve. I'm used to doing all this on paper. And it's easier on paper because I don't have to worry about all the computer stuff. But this right here, once I'm done, I've got everything done. I've got the drawer box list, the door list, everything completely done. And as long as I do my drawings right, I don't have to worry about anything else because the computer does it all off of that. The only time I have to worry about is if I input something wrong. Alright, that's what I'm doing. This is going to be a sink. So I've got an option here. I can go turn it to a pair of doors. And I forgot to change that to 1.5 inches. But what I can do, what I need to do, like I say, I've just now figured out how to do the different libraries. So I need to set me up another library that's set up with 1.5 inch size stiles, but I kind of changed some stuff up here and there. Like you see right here, I'm leaving the top and the bottom as 2-inch because that's what I need. This just like I say, it's a learning curve, and I'm kind of lost on a lot of the stuff here because I'm a cabinet man, not a computer man. I know basics on computer, you know, how to get on, download a program, Facebook, YouTube, that's simple crap. But when it comes to this, I know the cabinets inside and out. So that really helps a lot. But I am lost when it comes down to actually doing stuff on the computer. I am just lost at what I need to do as far as like doing the libraries. I had to copy it, paste it back, and it took me a couple of videos to figure out what I needed to do with everything on that. And it was really real simple to do. But anyway, this, I'm going to change that from a drawer to a drawer front because that's going to be a sink right there. And that's the finished cabinet right there, other than the interior. I can go in the interior and I'm going to end up with a partition right there, which right now I'm doing the drawings for another shop, and they're not using the cut list. I give them a list for the drawers, for the door sizes, but the actual cabinet parts, they don't even want a cut list on that. They go off the frames and do their own cut list, which it'd be a lot easier just to get a cut list off the program, which I'm not exactly where I need to be to do all that just yet. But like I say, I just wanted to kind of show y'all what I'm doing here. And that's the cabinet right there. It's going to be a sink. Pull y'all over here where y'all can see a little bit better and get my fingers out the way. That's the cabinet. It's going to be a sink on the end with 2 drawer stacks. It goes wall to wall. It's a vanity, so I have added 2.5-inch side stiles on each side, and you can kind of see that right there. It's hard to see, but I've got 2.5 side stiles on each side. That way I can trim if necessary and work around the trim. It goes wall to wall, so you can get it to fit nice and tight, but it gives you a little wiggle room. Got it all sized out there, and I can go over here. Got an option for 3D. So that's going to be it. That cabinet right there, I've got to tweak the inside to make it look like this, just an opposite. There we go. That's the cabinet. That's the cabinet in 3D. I can add countertops and all that good shit. Like I say, I am not an expert by any means on this. I'm not showing y'all how to do the program. I'm just showing y'all what I've been up to for everybody that's been watching. And I sure appreciate y'all watching, but right now I got to get off this. I got to put this up and I got to get to the job site. I got about close to an hour drive to get there. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. For all y'all that have subscribed, I really appreciate y'all. And I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good one, and I will see you on the next one.